Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for April 16th, 17th, and 18th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This is a general reading, and you know what that means. I'm going to be using, yes, my two Radley Valentine decks. This time I use my Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I'll pull one from my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I will also pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay, I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. My job, just deliver the message. And it always works better when I don't understand what I'm talking about. So here we go. Now, remember that we are finishing up Aries season. So happy birthday for the last time to Aries. Now we will be coming to Taurus season. That'll be on the 19th. So happy birthday to the Tauruses. Couple of things. People have asked me recently about tarot decks. Now, one of the things you'll know is I have posted my longer readings, and I posted those yesterday. And I use a bunch of decks. These are decks that have resonated to me in one point of my life or another, but the ones that I really connect closely with are the ones that I use on more of the general readings, the general energies, okay? So they seem to really connect. Now, I will sometimes pull in my Rider-Waite tarot deck too. I always had a harder time connecting with those. But in the last year or so, that connection actually, because I started to study a little more about them and I understood them. Now, granted, I've been reading these, so you would think it would be a very easy transition. Well, it wasn't. It really wasn't. The thing I like about that deck, is that it just kind of gives me answers like that. Okay, it's like this, whereas these decks, the ones I use, gives me a little bit more depth. It gives me a little bit more understanding. Now, one of the questions I was recently asked was, should your first tarot deck be gifted? Well, that's very nice, and if that's a possibility, that's very nice. Now, is that a hard and fast rule? No, it is not. Because if you see a deck in your hands and you're something about you just kind of itching to get a hold of them, you go ahead. It's okay for you to buy that deck. It's okay for you to, obtain that deck. Now, I would be careful about, the only thing I'm careful about, well, not only thing, but the one thing I'd be careful about is the age of the deck, and I would make sure, and who is gifting me the deck. Now, there are things where objects can grab onto other people's energies. And so you really want to make sure that you do something to clean the deck, that you want to make sure that you do something to make the connection with you stronger than any other connection. Now, there's lots of different ways, and maybe I'll do a video on that more so. I have a lot more decks, and as you know, sometimes I pulled in my Radley Valentine Guardian Angels, very sweet deck. That's on the longer readings, but very wordy. I've got other decks too, like I said, that at some point I resonated with. So, do you need to be gifted with a deck? No, you really don't, because you want to have the deck really be something that calls to you. Now, this is my opinion. You can have somebody else, and I respect and will listen to other people's opinions on this. But if you have something that really calls to you, go ahead and do this. There is, like I said, there are things to do to help cleanse the deck and how to kind of attach it to you. Okay? Now, I've also had people say, well, maybe this is not right, this is evil, this isn't the way it should be. Well, the thing about that, I'm going to say, is higher power, the supernatural beings, is, much greater with their energy than images on paper. Okay? So if this is something you're called for, except, like I said, I always pray, meditate, and infuse the decks with Reiki energy. I am a Reiki master. But when I pray, I also, I ask higher power. But also when I start my readings, I'm going on more than I wanted to, but I'm sorry. I start my readings actually inviting the archangels to come. I ask Archangel Gabriel to join. And, with archangels, we have all this, well, they're female, masculine type of energy. So is it Lord, Lady? I don't know. But I ask Archangel Gabriel to come and provide the words and to let the message be something that resonates. I ask Archangel Uriel to come, and I ask that, because Uriel brings a lot of wisdom and higher wisdom. And it's sometimes when I say something, I go, wow, I surprised myself. I ask Archangel Raphael to join, to bring healing and to bring what is needed to soothe and, support, encourage our souls, our spirits. And that's even another video. And I ask Archangel Michael to come. Part of the thing I ask Michael about is, hey, Michael, help me to do what I'm doing. So, but it's also to bring forth a bold word and for me not to second guess myself. Whatever needs to come out needs to come out. Okay, I've said too much. Please take a look at the longer readings. I did post them. I will post an overview for Taurus season. I feel Taurus season. I actually feel that there's kind of some, I know Taurus is earth energy, so you would think that we would be more down to earth. I feel like, Taurus is going to break through, and it's just it's going to, that bull energy. That bull energy wants to push through a lot of barriers for us. Anyway, now let's go on with our readings. Hello, my Scorpios. How are you? You are never an easy read because you have so many layers, but that's what makes you who you are and why you're so valuable to this universe. Anyway, needed to say that for some reason, but it is very, very true. Now, let's read for our last weekend, our last few days of Aries season, because Taurus has some interesting stuff happening. Let's go on. And any reversed cards has a little stronger energy. Here we go. And you have 2 reversed cards. And we'll put that over there and that over there. Now, first card is the 4 of water. Okay, the 4 of water. 4 does have some stability. 4 does have some, some organization. There's even some leadership energy with 4s. Water is your energy along with Cancer and Pisces. It's fluid, it's emotional. You're finding you're at a place that you can't quite explain it. You can't quite explain. You got what you want. There's this, this is what I wanted, and now, and there's a beautiful bright future coming, but you're not quite sure what that's all about either. So you're just kind of sitting there in between. It's kind of an in-between moment for you, this energy, but I will tell you that Taurus does have a lot of does have a lot of oomph to it and will start moving things along for you. But this is kind of an in-between moment. There's a little bit of discontent. There's a little bit of, oh my goodness, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? There is, in the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite. There's one of the cards, the 4 of Cups, is where the person is looking at the 3 cups, and yet doesn't look happy with what he has, and she has, and yet there's a divine energy coming to offer you the 4th cup, and yet it's kind of like, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm not quite ready for that. So the 4 of water means there are things coming. It's just you're not ready for it. You might not be ready for it, but there are things coming. Anyway, this is missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibility. So think about it as that hand coming with this divine cup. It's like it's a 1 cup, and ones are aces, new beginnings, new starts. It's like, it's here. It is here. Now, the thing is, and I've talked to you about this, are you gonna snip the anchor or not? Your choice. Anyway, next card here. the Nine of Earth. Nines have a completion to it, okay? It's a wrap up. It's a put a ribbon on that, on that package, let's deliver it. Earth energy is our Taurus, it is our Virgo, it's our Capricorn, very solid. It could be about your home, it could be about your job, your work, a lot, or how you create your money. There is kind of this wrapping up energy, so that Taurus season brings you this new earth energy, this new, energy that's going to kind of light your fire a little bit. We don't want it to be fire on the earth, but it's going to get you moving. It's going to get you where you're going to start actually loving life, liking life, and loving life again. Okay? If you haven't been so much. Okay? So it's going to ignite you, but it's going to be more in that physical realm, which is good. Sometimes this is sometimes this is you're kind of in your own waters, your own world, and this is saying, come on, let's step outside into the real world, into the natural, supernatural, natural. Okay, Nine of Earth is enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. And that quiet time alone does kind of, resonate with me, kind of pulls at me, because it's kind of like getting your mind, your head, your life. There's a little bit of that grounding type of energy that's needed. Okay, your last card here, reversed, the Hermit. So we have another nine. So nines, again, what I just told you about. The Hermit is Archangel Raziel. So remember I said there was some quiet time alone, that there's time you need to kind of get your head together a little bit more. So the Hermit isn't that person that, they're like, oh, like up in the hills, and you're a little, no, stay away. The Hermit, it withdraws so they can develop a stronger spiritual connection. So they can kind of get into, I know I just talked about living more in the earth, but you still have this, and there's still that, there's that divine hand that wants to provide for you, and you're just kind of like, nah, I'm not ready for it. So this is that kind of step away a little bit, think things through, do some meditation, reach out to higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine, whoever that is, your archangel, okay? But there's this completion, and now it's getting ready to start a new season, because Taurus has some amazing energies, okay? So this is, again, about spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. So these two are walking hand in hand with each other. But so you do have a lot of that nine energy. So let's see what we have here. And see what we have here for you. It's, I feel like this is about getting your head on straight, and I don't mean that you don't. I just mean that it's kind of like coming and becoming more comfortable with your situation, with your conditions, with where you're at. There's less of a turbulence with this. Okay, here we go. The 10 of Gabriel. Now, 10s have some transition energy. It moves forward. A 10 is consisting of 1 and a 0. 1 has a new beginning. You remember I told you in the rider weight, it's, that divine hand is saying, hey, come on, I've got an ace for you. I've got a new beginning for you. And so it has that, but the 0 also has a universal or God energy. Now, Gabriel is our fire energy. We are still in Aries. But this is also Leo, Sagittarius. There's a passion burning. There's a determination. There's a, come on, let's get our light our fire type of energy. This has a, you don't have to do things by yourself. Ask your angels, ask your spirit guide, ask the archangels to help you. And the thing is, this is kind of, working a little bit too much, not necessarily having that work-life balance, kind of, not necessarily feeling that connection that, helps you to spiritually, keep going. So there's a little bit of conflict with this. The 10 of Gabriel does have some conflict, but again, ask your angels, talk to your angels, talk to your higher power to get the help you need, and they have sent you Raziel. So this is about ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. And that, I feel, is why you kind of need to take some time to yourself, time to meditate, time to spiritually cleanse, spiritually connect, things like that, okay? But, and it also, even though you're going into that spiritual realm, it does help you to ground yourself, because there might be, with the Four of Water, there's kind of this loosey-goosey energy. There's kind of this, I don't really know where I'm at right now. And those two nines will help to ground you, not grind you, but ground you, will help to pull you back, okay? Now, the thing is, though, it's not pulling you back to where you once were. It's to get you ready for where you're going, okay? So, let's go on. See what crystal or energy will be helpful for my Scorpios. Not reversed. And let's see if Debbie has it or can identify it on her mini crystal table. Azurite. Well, this is the one, well, I'm going to say, this is the one I've been thinking is Azurite. No, this would be the one. This would be more the one. Anyway, we're going to say that that is the one. Anyway, Azurite is all about divine guidance, which we've been talking about. Stillness, new connections, also about astral travel, which is always very, very interesting. Usually that happens when you're sleeping, but some people can do that while they're awake. The thing is, though, as you travel, remember you are always tethered to this physical. Okay? Okay. Anyway, my Scorpios, it's an interesting reading, but it's, kind of one of those times that you just need to take care of you and then get ready, because there will be more. That's what life's all about, right? Right. Now, my Scorpios, I hope you enjoy the readings as much as I do, reading for you. I really do enjoy this. I do ask that you like, share, subscribe, because it does help to get the videos out more so. And, then that helps to encourage me to continue doing what I'm doing. But more importantly for you, my Scorpios, please know you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.